So guys, just want to show you something, some of these Mickey Mouse shit I do to do on the Y8s. First off, that's the D17 throttle bodies, and this is a K20. So because this opens opposite, you can't just put the sensor on top. Just like this one. Okay, so it's not, you can't turn it. It has a lock in there. It doesn't let you turn the opposite way, and it won't read right anyways. So you have to flip it to get the signal right. So what I done, I drill straight through there, make the cut out on this side to put it in there, but it's not long. This thing is not long enough unless you cut this out shorter so it can fit in there, and then bam, you just bolt it on and it works. But if you don't want to cut this out shorter, you got some gap, you could cut off to make it so it fits in there. So this is what I did. So that's pretty much how the inside looks. Anyway. Make sure these brushes are out. Touches on this. I know this is super ghetto, but whatever. Just showing you guys. So now it's flipped. Now it's on. So now this throttle body opens like that, and it's working normal, sending its signal normal, no switching wires. And then cover the top, put some silicone, cover that so wire doesn't get in there, and then cover the sides of that all around, silicone, so wire doesn't get in. I haven't bolted it all the way down, just showing you what I did. Now 3 bolts bolt on straight up to the K20. Only 1 bolt doesn't. So you got the mod one. This is the K20 gasket. I believe I modded this one. And all of the holes fit perfect. Cut the notch right there for the throttle body. Same thing on this side with the idle. And then this one, this is where the map originally was at. It has a hole right here, so it's going to create a vacuum, so I plugged it up. Pretty much I used one of these, shoved it in there, cut it off, and then put a screw in there so it's tight. You could put silicone or anything else to seal it, just to seal that hole. And then on this one, so originally the sensor goes, the evap, take that one off. So this is now your map sensor now. So you put it on there. I wanted to show you how I do the auto air control valves. How I use the D17 one. See, I cut the gasket. It was like that. Cut it off. Cut that piece off. And then this is how it looks. Okay. And then I cut these things out. Cut this side off a little bit because it makes contact with the manifold. So put this up right here. And then make your own bracket on this side. Remember, this is just for idle, so it doesn't hold any boost or anything like that. So I tighten it down, it won't move nowhere. You're fine. You can actually make this longer where it grabs this side. I just made it like that. And then in the junkyards, there's hardly any K20s, but there is K24s Accords. So I found a idle air control valve, and it looks like, shoot, it looks like this. You see on this side it doesn't really, it can't go on like this, it doesn't bolt on. But if you turn it this way, it bolts on right there, and the bottom bolt. So the top part you don't need, that's with the water, so I cut it off. So now the idle bolt on top and the bottom. It's perfect. Just want to show you that. This is from the K24, and I cut the water part. You don't need it. That's the water part here. You don't need it. Don't connect it. Don't put water in there. It just warms up the throttle body. You don't want your intake and throttle body hot anyways. So that's what I do. I do these Mickey Mouse shit, and it works. That's about it. Oh. So I don't know if anybody's ever tried to use these thermal gaskets. They leak because you see these passages right here on the block. They're like that. They're notches. So when you put these suckers on, this area right here is open, right there, right here, and right here. So the only way to use these thermal gaskets, if you use that, I think it's the where you're looking manifold, where it has bigger thing in here. I think it's the newer Civics. The manifolds are bigger. I think it's a 99, 98 Civic or 2000. You can use that thermal gasket and it won't leak. But if you can't find the that thermal gasket, you just use Indian head gasket. Shit balls. I just dropped it like an idiot. Indian head gasket. Put on the gasket. So you're gonna put on like this, and then on the block this side, so it seals those little holes, so they won't leak out using a thermal gasket. I know my video's kind of whack, but it's late. No cameraman. Alright. Thanks for watching. Hope this information helps you guys. And of course, Y8 manifold, you have to open this up for the EGR. That hole you have to make it wider, and that one. These match up, and then I changed this out to put this to go to the back to the EGR for the valve, and I bend it. These two brake evap, brake booster evap, and the back one for the PCV valve. Don't forget this one. Cap it, or you can cap the back one and then tee off here to the evap and the brake booster, or PCV valve and the evap. Do whatever you want. Alright, bye.